Coming to you from the land of enchantment, Albuquerque, New Mexico, but heard in all four corners of the world, this is another sports rant. I am your host, Max Gallegos, bringing you the juiciest sports drama has to offer, along with the sharper statistics, but most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, my own brilliant opinion, with half my brain tied behind my back, just to make it fair. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts, please leave a rating and a review on that front. That really helps me out, helps boost the algorithm. Gotta worship the almighty algorithm. If you haven't already, go follow my socials down in the description below. They'll be linked at Another Sports Rant, my TikTok, my Instagram, and my X or Twitter, if whatever you prefer. For show updates, just me posting just game time reactions, because you know what? Yeah, we all live on social media. But let's get straight to it, ladies and gentlemen, because oh boy, do we have a show for you. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a moment of silence. That moment of silence was for the death of my ego. That moment of silence was for the death of my happiness. As a constant denier that Ozzy Fudd and Paige Beckers were dating, I was hopeful that it wasn't true, that they were just hiding it. They were just friends. They're just friends. She wears jorts, okay? Everybody wears jorts. She's not lesbian, Max. You have a chance. You have no chance. They are obviously dating. There was a TikTok made where they were asking her at the All-Star game, and it's like, oh yeah, who's your, like, doing, they're like, who's your D1 girlfriend? And it's like, oh my gosh, and they, like, start describing, like, Ozzy, and I just kind of cried inside. I was like, you know what? It was a hard-fought battle, and I've lost. I shall lay down my sword and bleed out in the snow as My Way plays in the background. It was a hard-fought fight, but reality has struck. It is the horror. It's the Neymar. It's the meme of Neymar. He's got his hand against the glass. He's looking at the World Cup. Something can the most heartbreaking thing in life is to chase the unattainable, and that's what it feels like when you realize that your celebrity crush is a lesbian. Yeah, so also in more love drama, because it is July and we just love talking about this is like the most like relationship based episode ever. Even Megan the Stallion and Clay Thompson are dating. It was rumored that he was in the background of one of her Instagram photos, and people were like, no, that's not Clay Thompson. And like, lo and behold, Clay Thompson and Megan the Stallion are dating, apparently. And from a lot of just from what we've been watching, I'm like, yo, you know what? He still be hitting. He's still on like a generational run. Apparently, he was on quite the heater back in the day. Like, this is a man who scored 37 points in a quarter. So, like, you cannot don't count this man out for sure. Like, this is some incredible shots that he's making. He did go 0 for 10 in the elimination game, but you know, he may always bounce back. Even if it's not on the court, it's on the it's shit, it's in the streets, man. I know, like, I don't know, cause like this lady kind of like I feel like Megan Thee Stallion is a lot, like, cause she's a big personality. Like that would be kind of an interesting relationship, but still, like it's kind of insane. Like, not gonna lie, like, you know what I mean? Like, he probably was like, yo, they were probably like sitting there watching Love Island, and then she was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go out and watch Love Island. And he probably thought I was like, yeah, dude, I'm down, I'm down. Like, hell yeah, bro. But Clay Thompson, props, props, pretty damn impressive. So recently, I've just been watching a lot of reality television because without a lot of sports happening, especially in the summertime, we are in this dead period, this desert drought of sports that I like to call it. The July, like I always talk about it at this time of year. This is like the drought, the driest time of sports, especially around the WM, even with the WNBA exploding as much as it did. We are in almost like a time of crisis because right now even the WNBA is on their All-Star break. So we are really almost cooked essentially for this, for just having any kind of sports news. So I spent almost 10 and a half straight hours watching Love Island. And I know you're going to come at me and be like, "Oh my gosh, really, Max? Are you gay or something?" Like, no, it's actually just very entertaining. Garbage television is just um the most entertaining thing you could possibly just like sit down and watch sometimes. Sometimes you just need to just sit down and watch some bad TV. Even like even watching like it's like watching like a Thursday night football game. Like in the hindsight, it's like yeah, you really miss it. Like cuz people forget that they're like, "Oh my gosh, I really fucking hate like watching Broncos Jets Thursday night football. The score was 9-3." But then when you think about it in hindsight, it's like, you know what? That was pretty good. You know, what? I miss football. I would do anything for a shitty Thursday night football game right now. But on the other hand, it's become almost like a moot, weird point with people that it's, oh my gosh, you can't watch. Why are you watching Love Island? It's like it's good, and I spent the entire like um I spent an entire 10.5 hours just watching that because it kind of gives the same vibe that football does. Kind of gives because I'm like a drug addict for sports, and like football season's like almost like still like 50 days away, so I'm still just like, I need it. I need my fix. I need my fix, man. And like anything will do. Any kind of just whatever it is, whether it's um even Tom Brady's dating life, I can sit there and watch it because it'll work. It works for me because I this is something that has played me for a long time. I have Tom Brady up on my wall. If you can't see it, he is up there next to LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Jesus Christ. Um, that is the top four for me. Tom Brady, after he retired from the NFL, has had the most insane love life, and we're gonna go through it. You know why? Because it's July, and I have nothing better to talk about. So, in 2022, Giselle Bushin ended their 13-year marriage, which was incredible. Like I was like, you cheated on Tom Brady because she cheated on him with her judo instructor, apparently, allegedly, right? This is all alleged. I don't have all the documents. They got divorced. They separated. They got divorced. It was also there was also like things where it's like, oh, she wanted him to retire, and he was like, no, I want to go 7-8 and miss the playoffs or get bounced at the first round of the playoffs, right? So, after dominating the NFL for better part of 2 decades, Tom Brady decided to start dominating the celebrity dating game. He started collecting everybody's celebrity crush like they were infinity stones. Soon, like we all remember when like the Kim Kardashian moments came out there when there was rumors that him and Kim Kardashian were dating, and it's like, oh, look at Tom Brady. He got like his cheek. It's especially after he got his like cheeks done, and he looks kind of like a creepy Ken doll now, but still like even like when they were doing the roast of Tom Brady, they were like, "Oh my God, he's so hot, he's so hot, he's so hot." But more recently, he was seen with Sydney Sweeney, who, if you don't know, sold her bathwater in a bar of soap, and it sold out in literal seconds. Who is known for having a great personality, if I do say, and he was chatting it up with her at Jeff Bezos' wedding. So I was kind of curious, like, oh, what did you do there, Tom Brady? What were they possibly talking about? That was so interesting. What common interests do they have? Because she is quite literally half his age. I know it doesn't really look like it. Tom Brady takes like he looks better than most 20-year-olds, but still, he takes good care of himself. But he's taking a leaf out of Bill Belichick's book right there. Just go for the 25-year-olds. Man, it is what it is. But that snowballed a couple weeks later. Listen to this. Tom Brady was seen with Sofia Vergara. I'm sorry, I butchered the name. She's the lady from uh, Modern Family. The Latina lady from Modern Family. She's Colombian. She's an amazing actress. She does the America's Got Talent. And apparently, when um she saw like Tom Brady sees any woman from South America, he's just like, man, Brazil, Colombia, just gotta collect them all like Infinity Stones. Apparently, he has like that mind control. I think you know what? Honestly, I think we're gonna see him with Huda next because I watched Huda from Love Island. For those of you who didn't watch the show and are heathens, um, because on hear me out on the Call Her Daddy podcast. This is a theory, a film theory. She was going through her DMs. She was like, "Oh my gosh, can you help me fix can you fix my DMs so that, like people so like only blue check marks can you can see the blue check mark DMs." And Huda and then like the Call Her Daddy lady, she has her phone. She's like, "Oh my gosh, like look at this," and she's like, "I we gotta talk about this," and I'm like, Tom Brady is in her DMs. I'm like that's the next chapter. Tom Brady is going to be seen with Huda at at some point because that's just the only explanation. It's like, oh yeah, like you're a mom, like I got kids too. I'm Tom Brady, and it's like, oh my good googly moogly. But like, I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see Tom Brady on a reality TV show like a like the it would be like the Bachelor, right? Like, but the Brady. But we all truly really know there's it's like Glenn Powell did some like is like Matt Ryan in this situation. He lost Sydney Sweeney, and there's no stopping this man. Eli Manning is happily married, so he can't come in and save you guys anymore. There is nobody to save you. Like, there's no one to save you. Tom Brady will get what he wants. He's obviously proven that. He has 7 Super Bowl rings. Like this is you can't no one safe from the goat. The only problem is if you are a real Tom Brady fan, you understand that he's not actually straight at all. It would actually be a fight between Julian Edelman and Alex Guerrero to see who is his real husband. Because that would see this is my pitch. This is my pitch. I'm pitching this to to NBC, to Peacock, to Fox. If you want to make a reality TV show, because I know Tom Brady works there. So this is my pitch. Tom Brady Bachelor style. You bring all of these ladies who have had like some kind of dealings with Tom. You got like all of that. Um, and then the bombshell, the final big bombshell is Julian Edelman and Alex Guerrero actually walk in. And it's like, come on, really? And for those who don't know, Alex Guerrero is Tom Brady's personal trainer. Tom Brady's his the one who gives him back massages, and in that Tom versus Time documentary series, he's the one like doing like work on Tom Brady when he's like, "Come here, son, give me a kiss." Good googly moogly, that's goofy. So there's another thing that just kind of grinds my. You know what really grinds my gears is when people talk about LeBron James getting traded. Like I saw like on Polymarket Sports, which is granted not the greatest place for information. We're going to be honest here, ladies and gentlemen. That's not the greatest place to. If you are looking for any information on sports, Polymarket Sports is maybe not the best place. But LeBron James like trade talks always just kind of scramble my brain because he did just sign a player deal, and I understand that yeah, maybe he should go. Like Dallas wouldn't be a bad place for him, but why, if you're the Lakers, would you do that? Like, why on earth? Because yes, and he is 40, but he is the greatest 40-year-old basketball player we've ever seen. He is the greatest basketball player we've ever seen. If like I know like oh there wouldn't be a market for LeBron. Yes, there would. There is one simple singular reason why there would be a market for LeBron. Money. Even if he was not necessarily good, LeBron James would sell jerseys and sell tickets. And people would want to go watch LeBron James if he was in Dallas, if he was in Charlotte. He can move the needle. He is one of the few athletes in America that can move the needle like that. Where it's just like it does not matter who is on stage, where he is, what's going on, he can absolutely move the needle. That's one of my big questions. I said put it on TikTok as like, has LeBron James ever been to New Mexico? Because it makes me like fascinated. I was like, does he even know like New Mexico exists? It actually turns out that he did come to New Mexico at one point. When he was doing he was a producer for the movie Resball on Netflix. Check it out. That's a good movie. Um, but so I was like, oh shoot, he actually has been here. But like you never like see him like you would never like notice him, right? But it's still just quite it's interesting because recently the Lakers just acquired a new player. This is why I don't think any of these LeBron James trade talks and this Fugazi, this is just all that is and all that feels like is it's just um the uh the media pumping. It's July. It's July sports. There's not a lot going on. The 4th of July just passed, so we're not really like focused. So it's just like, oh my gosh, we got to talk about something. LeBron James, he's going to get traded. No, he's not. We're fine. We are absolutely fine, folks. Don't worry. Lakers fans, don't worry that LeBron will not be traded. But they did just sign, and I think it's probably one of their best moves. I think it might even be better than the DeAndre Ayton move. Is they signed Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart forced his way out of Washington. He bought his way out. He signs with the Lakers, and he was not great because he had gotten traded from he was on Memphis last year, and then he was traded to the Wizards, and then they were just kind of like he only played like 20 games last season, injuries and just all that jazz. But we all remember him on the 20 he was part of the core of the Celtics that got them to that first championship back in 2022 when they lost to the Warriors. Nobody can stop Steph, but still, he was a catalyst. He was a DPOY. He was an incredible defender. And I think that is perfect. What he does best is exactly what the Lakers need. He is a good perimeter defender. He's a decent shooter. He can he brings what the Lakers are missing: athleticism, good defense, just all like an all around just hustle player at the guard position because they really didn't have that last year. Not on that tier, like not on that scale. Because like Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic are great players. They're both incredible shot creators. LeBron James, Luka, and Austin Reeves are incredible shot creators by themselves. But Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic are quite literally cones. And LeBron James, well, he is the GOAT, is 40. And he does not quite defend like he used to. And it like the athleticism had like he is still athletic and like insanely athletic, but his athleticism has taken a dip. So this acquisition is absolutely perfect, and this is exactly what they needed because they need a guard who is athletic and twitchy enough to defend guys like Anthony Edwards, defend guys like SGA, because they will need it because the West is absolutely loaded. And I feel like if the Lakers were in the East, I feel like they would win because think about this for a second. They got LeBron James, they got Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton was a 2 or a 3 on a championship team. He was like the third best player on that championship team that went to the finals with the Phoenix Suns. And I feel like this Lakers team feels better than that Suns team. Like maybe I'm cooking a little bit. Like that might be a little rich, but and that's coming from a Suns fan. That seems pretty good. Like they seem like a good team, and they seem like they are ready to go. But still, it's all out in the weeds. It's all just kind of it's all relative. We will see. Like because like you can't predict injuries. You can't predict certain things. But I'm excited. Like that's a great move. That was a really good move, and might even be better than the DeAndre Ayton move because there's a lot of factors. There's just so many weird factors that come into this that you'll need to fix. And if you don't fix them, it'll it can turn pretty bad, but yeah, that's my thoughts on that. It's just I don't know, the NBA has gotten weird. Watching Cooper Flag for the summer league in the first time was pretty incredible. A couple weeks ago, when him and Bronny played, people were like, "This is the next great American rivalry," right? It's like it's funny, but really, I like Bronny has gotten a lot better, and like it's interesting that we're talking about like we are deep in it's this is July sports talk right now. Like this is July podcast, like July sports podcast right now is we are talking about Bronny James and Cooper Flag in summer league. We are deep into the off season, boys. Like it is so bad, but like it's incredible. Like like they were pretty decent, but like it's weeds. We are in the weeds, ladies and gentlemen. Weeds, 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 weeds. So here's an interesting controversial topic. So at the WNBA All Star game that happened last night, a lot of the players, including Caitlin Clark, came out wearing. Let's see what I want to get this absolutely right. So I'm gonna click on this really fast. WNBA All Star Game T-shirts because I remember these wore some interesting T-shirts, and I just want to get the quote right. Many of the players came out wearing T-shirts that said "Pay us what you owe us" to warm-ups, and as I'm a supporter of the NBA, the WNBA. I've never even I went to watch Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark myself. I paid money. I sat in the booth. I sat in the stands. This is something I went to watch personally. I was interested. I was hyped. I had fun. And let's be real. If they were, this is this is a heart to heart moment, right? The the WNBA does not make money. The WNBA loses a lot of money. That's just the reality of it. You can't not have like you can't not like a lot of like they are the only reason they exist is because of the NBA. And when you don't have when you're not making when you're not making money, they would if they were actually paid what they were owed, they would be working for free. They would be in debt essentially to the NBA. And I understand. Like I understand the sentiment of wanting to get paid more. Like yeah, everybody wants to get paid more. You are like but like look at the growth you've seen in the last year and a half. Like it seems a little like asinine. Like it seems just a little weird. I don't and I respect them for being for standing up for what they want. Like I get it. Get your bag. Like we all want to be successful here. And I'm not trying to bash anybody, but if you were actually paid what you were owed, it would be actually less. But um, it's because even still with like the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and Paige Beckers and all of these people just who are really raising the ship for like being the tide that raises all ships, and it really is Caitlin Clark, but like they're all contributing. Um, you have to take some things into because like to be great like have to be grateful. I understand. Like you want your own. Like Magic Johnson wanted to, when he was a rookie, he wanted to be paid like a superstar. And when that and yes, that was crazy, right? They wanted to pay him like what 600. He was like, "Yeah, I want $600,000." And they're like, "What? No, dude, you're not Kareem." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm better." And it's like, dude, it's like, and anyway, I'm missing the plot here, but it just it feels like this statement on a T-shirt. It just kind of feels like clickbait a little bit. It feels like, oh yeah, we want to be seen or heard, like because everybody does watch women's sports, and I love women's sports. But let's be real. Let's take a look in the mirror and let's not do something that's like petty or asinine because it's not fair. Like I understand, and I understand it's not fair. You guys do not get paid nearly as much as like the men's basketball players. It's just we'll get to that point. Like we can just be patient. Let's because if you think about it, NBA players get paid like way more than most like professional athletes. And for you guys, it's even like yeah, like you guys, it's not like you guys are poor by any like maybe you know what I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to be wrong, but we're gonna look up the average like Caitlin Clark does not is not poor. I'll look at that. I looked up average and it's like so the average WNBA salary in the 2025 season is approximately $147,745. Yeah, and I get like, okay, so that's not like from this is just from Google and like the most recent data apparently. It's like, yeah, the minimum salary is $62,000. Like even still, like it's not what like the not nearly what any like NF like that's like a low that's like the worst NFL salary. And like, yeah, $62,000 is not a lot of money, but let's be real here. You live in the United States of America. You get paid like 100 grand a year. Is if you live depending on where you live, probably doing pretty good for yourself. Um, you're not gonna be hungry, and I get it. There are other people who get paid more. The men get paid more, and it feels unfair. But if you were paid what you were owed, you guys would be broke. So I think we just need to pump the brakes on that a little bit. And it is what it is. Wear the t-shirts. Continue to strive and make a great product, and continue to. I love the energy the WNBA has. I love how much the competitiveness that they have, the energy. I got into the stadium, and there was an energy, and I was impressed. And it was something I was like, oh, this feels. There's a feeling to the like there was magic in the air that night in Dallas. That's a night I will never forget. I was in like elated, and to to each their own. But like still, it it gets um it gets a little bit it gets a little bit preachy at some point. Like I there's just it's just like I don't want to just say I don't want to be lectured. We don't want to be lectured, but we all want to make money. But that's really like all I got to say on that one. But going over to the NFL now. J.J. Watt just recently signed he will now be the highest paid non-quarterback. He signed a 3-year, $123 million extension with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to talk about just this in general. TJ Watt, the Pittsburgh Steelers, that whole situation. I've talked about it a lot, but I'm going to reiterate. TJ Watt's a good player. But I don't think he's the best he's not even the best like defensive player in the league. Like that is arguable. There's an argument that he is slightly overrated, and I kind of agree. He is overrated. Honestly, he is. Um, this his whole like his whole the Steelers feel like we're all in for what exactly for a first round playoff exit because that really is what it feels like you're building. It feels like you're building a team to exit in the first round of the playoffs. That's the only thing that it feels like. It does not feel like we are building a championship team. Like sometimes, yeah, it looks like a champion, like it looks like a team's building a championship team, and it turns out it's not. And it turns out it's just like ham and eggs and the injuries and things. But it feels like you're already just building a 9-8 team that's going to lose in the first round. That's what it feels like. It does not feel like a championship team. And you know what? And I respect that. And I respect that JJ Watt getting paid is fine. He can he is one of the best defenders in the league. In my opinion, he's not the best. Some people will argue with me, but still, it's something that you pay a guy $123 million and he's not your quarterback. And your quarterback is Aaron Rodgers, 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, who is not the same. And you look around your team, yeah, you have DK Metcalf, but you also have the 20th ranked offensive line in the league. You have massive holes, and your defense, while you pay the most for it, is not even that good. Traded away Mika Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey. They both feel they both were too old, and they both felt over um too expensive. Like they were too old and expensive, and you paid for a corner who I always mention that corners don't always touch the ball. They're not always in the play for football, right? There are times when they're just running back and forth down the field, right? When they're in coverage. And if you're a good corner, you don't really see the ball a lot. If you're a bad corner, the ball's going to be thrown your way all the time. But it's man, it is just getting out of hand. And it feels like the entire AFC North outside of the Ravens. The Ravens feel very functional. The rest of the NFC North is just AFC North, excuse me, is just very, very just dysfunctional. It feels look at the Browns situation. The Browns we will be laughing at the Browns all off season. And we'll be laughing at the Browns the entire they are just become the joke. They are the jokiest of joke franchises. They have 4 quarterbacks. They have old Joe Flacco. They have Tiny Mittens Kenny Pickett. They have uh, third rounder Dylan Gabriel, and they have fifth rounder Shedeur Sanders, who can't drive to save his life. Um, so it really is just these guys like, and then look over at the Bengals. The Bengals are not paying Trey Hendrickson. The Bengals are being like their ownership is just so incredibly cheap and stupid that they're like, nah, he led the league in sacks, but we don't want to pay him. And then there's a whole other controversy where it comes to with their rookie, their first round draft pick. I forget his name, but from Texas A&M, he's back down in Texas. He's working out with his with his college right now. He might actually just go back to college because they won't give him a fair shake, a fair deal. Because there was some arguments over guaranteed money with his contract, and he's the only first round pick who has not signed a deal. There are guys who in the second round, the Patriots running back that they took in the second round from Ohio State has already signed his deal. There are guys who have already signed their deal. Like, what are we doing? Cincinnati ownership, what are we doing? This, like, there is, you can always fix, like, there are things that are fixable in football. You can always find a better head coach. You can always find a better quarterback. You can always find better players, right? You cannot fix ownership. Look at the Dallas Cowboys. They pay people too late. It looks bad. It falls apart. Things look it's just dysfunctional. The Browns are dysfunctional. The Bengals are dysfunctional. Why? Ownership. The ownership gets too heavy-handed. They get too invested in their own ego because they're all billionaires and it's all a dick measuring contest, right? That's the whole point of owning a football team is to see it like it's like, oh, look at me, I own this big thing and I own this big thing. It's like, yeah, not everybody can, like, everybody can buy, every rich guy can buy a yacht. Not every rich guy can buy um, a football team. So it feels so weird, and I feel like the Bengals are felt like I feel like the Bengals are set up to be sold, and I feel like the the Browns feel less like that, but because Cleveland is a bigger city and a better there's more in Cleveland still, but the Bengals feel like it's gonna be moved somewhere. Like I just have like a feeling in my gut, because like there's no way that you just like you don't care like the caring about your players. That's the important thing of football. Like football is about like this community coming together. We all just like enjoy like you go watch like people watch football like high school football in Texas and they don't even have kids. People will go people will do crazy things. Like it's mind blowing. Football brings people together. And there's just like lack of caring for your players, lack of just like understanding what to do like as an owner is just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. So that's just big money talk. Actually, I've just been yapping about money, but even that, like like the Browns quarterback situation, it's who's like okay. So we know okay, we got an idea. Joe Flacco's probably gonna be the starter week 1, but who's gonna be the starter in week 5, in week 8, week 16? Like, hello, is this just are we just gonna like carousel them all through? Is this gonna be like everybody take turns, like it's Bonnie Blue, right? It's a shit show. But it's not like we have anybody like who's definitively like maybe somebody breaks out. Like maybe it's like maybe Shador starting. Maybe it's Dylan Gabriel. Maybe it's Kenny Pickett. God forbid. Right? But like, don't torture your fans like this. Like this is awful. And it all leads back to bad ownership. It really does. Bad ownership has killed franchises. Franchise after franchise has just been crumbled by terrible ownership. The Clippers. The Clippers, actually, that is another thing I want to move on to just a little bit. As a Suns fan, when I heard that um, Bradley Beal was bought out and was traded and signed with the Clippers, I literally fell to my knees in the parking lot like Willem Dafoe at the end of Platoon, and but instead of screaming at the helicopter, I praised the Lord Jesus Christ. I was like, thank God. Oh, thank God, he's gone. Because gosh, that was like the bottom 10 experience as a basketball fan. The Bradley Beal experiment in Phoenix was just awful. He did not give a shit what was going on at all. Like there was no like whenever you can tell you can tell in like pickup when a guy just stops caring, and that's exactly what it looked like. But on national TV, he literally scored 1 point, and you're like, what are we doing? We paid so much money for this guy. It's not as bad as the Sean Watson because like Bradley Beal is not a R word, um, but still, it was just like it was torture. It was a torturous just slap in the face with a like oh. But he's on the Clippers now, the retirement home of the NBA. So let's that's good for them, I guess. they these poor guys. These poor guys. So I just saw this clip on Twitter actually. Hold on, let me bring it back up. Let me see if I can bring it back up. This is actually so cool. This kid catching the football. Where is he at? This kid is like actually insane. Where did he? Damn it! I'll just pull it up on YouTube. Insane catch. It was like it almost like I'm gonna like, what are they feeding these kids nowadays? Like that was like the most insane catch I've ever seen. He just three defenders. Yeah, he like they look about like half his age. Like he looks like he said, "I'm 12," and he drove there. But still, like you don't catch something like that. Just even yeah, even you could be older than all of them, and still that catch is gonna be hard as fuck. Like, he nabbed it like he was parallel to the ground. Like this could be a math problem. Like that's insane. So I was just kind of like I was like shook. I was like, oh fuck. Ohio State is probably giving him a call right now. Ryan Day's like, hey, you want to come be the next Jeremiah Smith? Yeah. Oh my god. Again, and it's a smaller football for sure, but like still, like you don't just do that by accident. You can't like Dez caught it. You know what I'm saying? This is like I remember as kids we used the playground thing. It was like, oh yeah, we like go, oh let me Odell it. I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna Odell it. But these kids are built different, man. They are absolutely. It's like I understand it's like a TikTok clip and it's a hype thing, but I'm impressed. I'm still pretty damn impressed. Just by the athleticism that we see in our youth today. Because I didn't get that for sure, but I still love football and I love to watch people succeed. And yeah, you know what? That's probably going to be the episode, though, guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Go follow my Instagram at Another Sports Rant. Go follow my TikTok at Another Sports Rant. Go follow me on X at Another Sports Rant. Slide in my DMs if you want to come on the pod. I'm going to set up a new studio here pretty soon. So, yeah. Let's fucking go.